According to this article, the U.S. military wants to plant nanosensors in soldiers to monitor health on future battlefields and immediately respond to needs, but a privacy expert warns the steps is just one more step down the road to computer chips for all. Quote, it's never going to happen that the government at gunpoint says you're going to have a tracking chip, said Catherine Albrecht, who with Liz McIntyre authored Spy Chips, a book that warns of the threat to privacy posed by radio frequency identification. It's always in incremental steps. If you can put a microchip in someone that doesn't track them, everybody looks at it and says, come on, she said. It'll be interesting. See where we go. According to a report at Mobiledia, the U.S. military's Defense Advanced Research Project agency has confirmed plans to create nanosensors to monitor the health of soldiers on battlefields. The devices also would report data to doctors, but privacy analysts have expressed concern that the implants could be used not just to monitor health, but to keep track of and possibly control people. Albrecht said the move is another step in the trip down the road of having every person implanted with a chip that might very well monitor health, but also other areas of life. Microchipping, she said, already is par for the course for pets in many parts of the nation, and the acceptance would make it easier to require for people. She said it was expected that captive audience, such as prisoners and troops, would be the first subjected to the requirements, which would make it easier for the general populace to accept it as well. Quote, it's interesting, she said. I'm stunned how this younger generation is okay. They don't see the problem. Why wouldn't everyone want to be tracked? End quote. But she said Americans will have to decide to say no to incremental advances, or by the time officials finally roll out the idea of chips for all, whether they want them or not, it will be too late to decide. WND reported previously that owners of pets have reported cancer in their animals after microchipping. The report documented how a dog developed a highly aggressive cancer right at the point where a chip was embedded. Albrecht told the story of another dog, a 5-year-old Yorkshire Terrier named Scotty, that was diagnosed with cancer in Memphis, Tennessee. Scotty developed a tumor between his shoulder blades in the same location where the microchip had been implanted. The tumor, the size of a small balloon, described as malignant lymphoma, was removed. Scotty's microchip was embedded inside the tumor. WND also reported there were warnings about a radio chip plan that would allow identification of individuals by government agencies simply by walking through an assembly. The proposal, which was supported by Janet Napolitano, the chief of the Department of Homeland Security, would embed radio chips in driver's license or enhanced driver's license. Quote, enhanced driver's license give confidence that the person holding the card is the person who is supposed to be holding the card, and it's less elaborate than Real ID, Napolitano said in a Washington Times report. Real ID was a plan for a federal identification system standardized across the nation that so alarmed governors. Many states have adopted formal plans to oppose it. However, a privacy advocate today told WND that the EDL, or enhanced driver's licenses, are many times worse. WND also previously has reported on such chips when hospitals use them to identify newborns. A company desired to embed immigrants with the electronic devices. A government health event showcased them, and when Walmart used microchips to track customers.